Hello everyone, Nathan Sifu here, and welcome to a topic video. This might be one of several. I wanted to make a number of topic videos before the end of the year of 2022, and I don't want to venture off into too many topics per video, so I'm going to try to keep this one brief and keep it specifically in regards to alt tech. This was how I started off so many years ago, since 2014, posting videos on YouTube. But thanks to competition and wanting to, break away from the chains of YouTube and Google and big tech and all that kind of thing, a number of alternatives have popped up. And that's been great. It's been very enjoyable. It all kind of started with, technically it started with VidMe, and then when that fell, and fell with good reason, as it turns out. But that's, a topic that I've covered in previous videos. So then that kind of immediately moved on to BitChute, and then other ones started to pop up, like on over here on DTube, and then later on there was also Utreon, and then of course one of the more recent ones was Odyssey, which is probably one of my favorites of the alt tech world, and then Rumble, which is technically not alt tech, although it is in the category of a YouTube alternative because it's a main competitor, and it actually came out in like the year 2013, and relatively recently has exploded, and it has exploded even more so with live streaming being recently added, but most of you already know that kind of stuff. The reason why I came to talk to you today about alt tech is because I'd like you to join me on it, first and foremost. If you're following me specifically on YouTube and YouTube only, I'd really appreciate it if you came and joined me on one of these other platforms. I do kind of make a small reminder of that in the beginning of each video, but I really do mean it. If you watch me on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it if you just opened up a new tab and followed me on one of these other ones. All the links are in the descriptions of my videos. But I wanted to talk real briefly about how alt tech is under attack. Not that that's anything new, but a while back, Odyssey had its issue with this lawsuit that had to do with its cryptocurrency. They were trying to I forget exactly what it was. They were trying to put it in some kind of category. It was basically a lawsuit that was doomed to fail, but it would at least succeed in holding them up and, just wasting their fucking time and money and shit like that, which is, of course, very unfortunate. I don't know what the status is on that. I don't know if that's over or not, or if that's something that's still ongoing, but it's one of many examples. And Rumble, of course, has the attack that is going on there, because if I'm just going to go into my VPN, which is off screen, using Proton VPN, which I would highly recommend, by the way. They don't keep logs, by the way, so that's how they can be trusted. So I'm just going to connect to France with my VPN, because I want to just show you something real quick. What happens to Rumble if you are you're in France? Well, let's just take a look. Sorry about the little dings if you can hear that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, it just disappears. Notice the users in France. Because of French government demands to remove creators from our platform, Rumble is currently unavailable in France. We are challenging these government demands and hope to restore access soon. So this obviously pissed me off when I first saw it. But what's good about it is that instead of caving, instead of bending the knee, instead of saying, yes, whatever you say, we'll take these people off, no, instead they said, no, fuck you. This is our website, and this is how we're choosing to run it. So this is just one of many, many, many examples why I would urge people to, particularly if you're in France, get on a VPN. Get yourselves on a VPN. There's a plethora of reasons, both not just for the sake of your privacy and keeping your internet usage private, But even just to be able to access stuff, because sometimes, well, sometimes your governments are assholes, and they occasionally restrict you from being able to access certain websites. So if you are in France, you have to use a VPN to access Rumble. And that's just fucking wrong, no matter what way you slice it. But good on Rumble for sticking to their guns. I'm glad that they've done this. And for anybody in France, get yourself on a VPN. For sure. If you're in anywhere, get a VPN. So let me just, I'm just going to disconnect that real quick from France, and I'm just going to restore this page back to the way it should be. There we go. Okay. So that's one example of that's just another example of attacks on alt tech. But the most recent one, however, is actually happening to BitChute. I'm not going to play this video, but I'm just going to pause it because I just want to show you something real quick. Okay, so as we can see here, and oh, whoops, it's playing the video. As we can see here, there's this little banner under every video now that says, "Banks have canceled our accounts and will not give us our money," which is ludicrous. Absolutely fucking ludicrous. That it's going so beyond with the throttling and the censorship and trying to destroy competition. Now, I know that some of you, for example, if you're watching on Odyssey, you don't really care much about BitChute, which, that's fine. But for me, I still use BitChute. I still enjoy it. I still have a bronze membership there, so I have a monthly subscription to give them a bit of support. And this just pisses me off on every level. I mean, look at this. They're being censored at the bank level. The bank is shutting them down. So, long story short, there's two different banks that are refusing to give them money. And at this point, like, all they're trying to do is they're just trying to pay their fucking bills, and the bank won't even allow them to do it. They won't allow them to transfer their funds out. They won't allow them to do anything. I don't even understand how that's allowed, but here we are in current year. So the good news is, now this didn't happen that long ago. I think as of this recording, it's only like 48 hours. Within the 48-hour period that this has been going on, this is what they set to their goal, and this is what they've raised currently. So thankfully, they have blown the goal completely out of the water. They've destroyed it. I will also send a link to this in the description below, just FYI. So, I mean, in the long run, I think they will probably find a way to get around this, and they'll get back on their feet and they'll get their money going. But this is just holding them back further, because I know that the site hasn't had many updates in a long time, but I know from watching other people's videos, like in some of the bigger creators on BitChute, that BitChute is actually kind of on the verge of rolling out some very major features like live streaming. And this is obviously just going to be one of those things that holds them back in an immense way. And it's just absurd. But yeah, I mean, another good thing about this is that this page on GiveSendGo, it does have updates, so they can kind of give you some progress, and it does seem like they're keeping up with it. Like, this is today's date, at least when I'm recording. So yeah, you can even come to this page just to get updates, which is nice. So based off what has been raised so far in comparison to the goal, I do feel quite a bit hopeful despite what BitChute is facing right now. I do feel confident for them based on this number. It seems like there is a lot of public support to get this, to get them out of this hole that they've found themselves in, and it seems like they're getting more than enough support. But if you want to throw a little bit more their way, this page is obviously available to people. If you want to, give them a little more support. And here's the advice that I would like to offer to the BitChute team, if by any chance that they see this. And I did actually have a conversation with somebody at the BitChute team about this. I don't know if it was Ray himself or it was just somebody who was on the team who was managing DMs. But I'd like to reiterate this point. You should really consider moving your headquarters out of the UK completely. Just pack your shit and get the fuck out of the UK, because they're going to keep screwing with you like this. Obviously, I mean this is the worst one so far. It has to be. Over time, over the years, BitChute has added things to their terms of service, which has made some people kind of not so happy. Although despite the fact that they have added items to their TOS, largely the site is still quite free speech friendly. You can talk about most things, and regardless of the topic, and it has a good chance of staying up there. Depending on if it's extremely edgy, there's a chance it could get taken down, and that is unfortunately because that's not a fucking word. Let me let me try that again. Unfortunately, because of UK law and them being based in the UK, the government has had their thumb on them and been fucking pushing their boot into their neck and forcing them to put certain rules in place so that they don't shut down their site entirely. And I am sympathetic to BitChute over that. I know there's some particularly either edgy people or people who just must have the purity test pass, just have no sympathy for the situation that they're in, and and are upset with them that they have updated the terms of service. But personally, I feel sympathy for them because they're under a lot of pressure, and this site will become BitChute instead of BitChute if they don't do something about this. This is right here, guys. This is your call to get your shit out of the UK. I think you would probably do a lot better off if you based your headquarters in I don't know, probably somewhere in somewhere like Thailand, which is where Ray actually lives. He lives out in Thailand, because for the most part, from what I understand, not that Thailand is like a free speech haven or anything, but they just can't be bothered. Like, they just don't give a shit what you're posting on any given website. Like, I think pretty much the main rule is as long as you don't say anything about the Thai king, then they don't care. So you can basically post about whatever you want otherwise, aside from that one topic. And I think, given the pressure that BitChute is under, being debanked, and having the UK forcing them to add these terms of service and things to their page, I think that would be a fair trade-off. I know they said to me personally, whether it was the BitChute team or if it was Ray himself, that it's better to stick to the fight in the UK. I'm not sure. This headline begs to differ. It really does. So I wish the BitChute and the BitChute team all the best. Like I said, this does make me hopeful. I hope you heed some advice. I know I'm not the only one giving you guys that advice. I hope you heed the advice that people are giving you and pack your shit and base yourself out of some place that's going to be safer for your business, because these people are going to destroy you. They're going to keep doing this to you, and you have to make it stop. But yeah, with that said, I hope everything works out well. And aside from the topic of all tech being under attack, I hope that you guys will choose to join me on over on Odyssey, or on BitChute, or on Rumble, or on Utreon. Just take a second for the page to load. Or on DTube, or even over on Fruit Lab. On Fruit Lab, I'm it's sort of a gaming centric platform where they give you points that you can then use to buy gift cards. It's a pretty great site. And honestly, if you post gaming videos, you should absolutely you should absolutely go on there and post stuff. So let's see, what else do I want to say before I end off this video? Oh yeah, Valfaris right here. If my calculations are correct, on Thursday, December 15th, the finale is going to post for Valfaris, which means that a new series can come into the Thursday slot, and that will be finally Throwback Thursday. I will be bringing back the handheld series. Yes, the Game Gear and the Game Boy videos are coming back. It'll be starting with Sonic 2 for the Game Gear, Part 3. And I can't wait. I'm thrilled that they're finally coming back. I'm not sure what I'll do after Sonic 2, and then what else? And then, of course, when The Walking Dead by Telltale is all done, I'll be posting videos of KOTOR, but that will still be for quite a few weeks to come. Well, actually, wait a second. I think there's a total of 22 episodes of The Walking Dead. Oh, yeah, actually, wow, that's actually not going to be that much longer. Okay. But yeah, long story short, the Valfaris will be done, and we'll get some handheld retro gaming videos before Christmas. So that'll be good. But I've probably rambled on in this video long enough, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.